Alright guys, I'm going to keep it real today. I am going to pass on the hello gentlemen and beautiful ladies. I don't know. I have to do that just to get my mind right to show you these exceptional and awesome cooking videos. Now I'm going to keep it real. Everybody goes to the store, they buy all this produce, they have good ideas like, oh yeah, I'll buy these bell peppers, I'll buy these carrots, I'll buy blah, 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 blah. Right? So you're going crazy with all this stuff, and then after about a week you realize you didn't use diddly of it. So you're starting to think, well man, that stuff's going to melt. Some veggies do last longer than others, but most of the ones that all of a sudden you decide you want, they start to melt. So here's your cure. Get you some beans. Oh, you hear that playing? Anyway, get you some beans. I don't care what type. Get navy beans. Get, I'm using these today, these red kidney beans. I got a farmer's market by the house, so we went out there and bought a bag of them. Of course, I got a big old bunch of them because, you know, the zombie apocalypse might happen and, you know, beans can keep you going for like months. So anyway, but you do have to use them, otherwise they dry out. So I took a cup of those, 1 cup, put it in water, brought them to a boil, and then let them rest. So they've been resting for about an hour now. What I'm going to do is drain that water off, fill it back with water, and then we're going to add some more ingredients, and then we're just going to simmer them suckers until you know, the beans get tender. Now when I say add the ingredients, we're going to add some of them, and we're going to let these things simmer, and then towards the end I'm going to add more so that some of the vegetables, so they just don't melt and disappear. You know, you want to see what you're eating. So anyway, let me give you the list of ingredients and we'll get on with this. Get your bacon ready. Yes, bacon improves everything. But I'm not using bacon. Okay, first ingredient. You want to add some of these chicken bouillon. If you got beef bouillon, that will work too. I'm putting 3 or 4. It doesn't matter. You can put it up to 6. If you got the loose stuff, just throw that in there. This is just a lot of salt. Okay? 1 onion. Cilantro. If you don't like cilantro, do not put it in there. I love cilantro, so it goes in. And I'm just trying to get rid of it because that stuff there, you got about a week. I got a tomato. So I'm going to dice that up, throw that in there. It's going to give us some nice color. Got a little garlic. You got to say garlic right. Bell pepper, hatch pepper, Anaheim's will substitute. We're not making this super hot. I got a couple of carrots here, and I got a pork chop. That's my substitute for bacon and bacon grease. You know, I got this pork chop. I'm going to dice it up real small. We're going to throw that in there. That's going to add just a little bit of something. And of course, here's what we are seasoning it with. Texas lumbre, anything off a taco truck, anything out of a Mexican restaurant, you can put this on there and you can cook it. And folks, that's the ticket right there. Yeah. If you don't have that, you're going to want to season these with some type of pepper. You know, dry pepper, throw it in there. If you're Yankee, you're just out of luck because you guys just don't know how to season food. So that's just the way it is. So let me slice and dice this stuff. Get ready to put in a big old black pot. Well, one other thing with these beans, you can make these a little watery, and you can make, you know, charro beans or borracho beans or whatever you want to call the damn things. Usually they use pinto beans, but anyway, it don't matter. Just relax, okay? Get off your recipe thing. This is just cooking. Just cooking. It's mama's home cooking. Except I'm not mama. I'm your big daddy. Yeah, big daddy right here. So anyway, just chill out. You can't screw this up. Nobody can. But if you want to season it, add some salt. And, you know, add a little spice, a little kick here and there. Throw a jalapeno in there. And you'll be good. If you know, just do what you got to do. You know what to do? Yes. So let me chop this stuff up. And if you're missing any of these ingredients, well, you know, the world is going to end. So just, you know, just forget it. You just can't do it if you're missing just one. I am kidding. I know what you're saying. There ain't no carrots and beans. There ain't no carrots and beans. You're not making stew. Go away. Yes, just go away. If you haven't put carrots in your beans, You just don't know what you're missing. Seriously. And there's a wise tale, you know, oh yeah, put carrots in there and then it won't have gas and all this other BS. Just put a few carrots in there. It'll make a difference. Believe me. It adds something to it. Otherwise, I wouldn't do it. Would you feel better if I told you some guy, some old dude, was like 95, told me, you gotta put carrots in those beans, boy. Yeah, you gotta put those carrots in those beans. You know, then he died. So, therefore, you know, it's like a legacy thing. Would that make you feel better? It's all not true, but like I said, if it makes you feel better, go for it. You need some carrots in your damn beans. This is an improvement, these little tabs, but I still hate these damn things. I could never be a jeweler because I can't. Okay? It's just annoying. It's one of those life things, you know. It's just annoying unwrapping bullion cubes. Let me tell you, if you ain't got any meat around, just get a package of hot dogs. You can put sausage in this. Sausage actually is very good. But you just throw some type of meat in there, dice it up, throw it in there. You don't know how many people you can feed with this stuff. I mean, seriously, 1 cup of beans with all this extra crap, throw it on some rice. You can feed a lot of people for like on the cheap, less than $1 a piece. Yeah. So keep that in mind. Guys, do this for me. Hit like, subscribe, leave a comment. Makes a big difference. It's just a long story. Anyway, I'm also on Instagram under the Hog Zone. Alright, look up that, click on that. You know, it's the old stupid pictures and all that type of thing. Anyway, do that for me. Appreciate it. Alright guys, got the black bean pot working. That's mandatory, cast iron. But let me freak some people out here. You only can use organic water. Yes, organic water out of a bottle. That's all you can use. You know, do not use tap water. Don't use well water. You know, that's just water. But you know, you just have to use the organic water. GMO free. That's even better. Go to the store and ask them for organic water, GMO free. It makes a big difference. So do it. Now this isn't northern baked beans, y'all. It isn't like Campbell's, you know, pork and beans where you pour it out. It's all in the sugary sauce and no. This is gonna have a lot of water to it. That's why I said make rice. It's more of a stewy kind of thing. You don't want a pasty thing of beans. If you want to thicken it up, you can bust up some of these red beans, kidney beans in there. But theoretically, when you take a spoonful, you're going to have a bunch of nice juicy water dripping off your beans, and it's going to have some of the vegetables in it. You know, it's kind of like bacharo beans. You know, if you want to thicken it up, take a potato masher and grind a couple of those beans up, and that'll thicken it up for you. But this isn't the you're not looking for baked bean consistency where you have to you try to get it off your plate and all that sugar. No. Okay, we're gonna start warming this water up. There's quite a bit. It's half full, and these are our red beans. I'm gonna go drain the water off of these, and then we're gonna dump them into here. Get this baby going. First thing you want to add is the bouillon. Drop those in there and start bringing it to a simmer. This is pretty easy after this point. You just bring it to a simmer, let it simmer for about 30 minutes, and then go ahead and add some of the vegetables. And about 30 minutes later, add the rest of the vegetables and the meat and everything. And then just let it simmer for, you know, till those beans get nice and tender. And that's it. Dump it on top of rice. Check it out, gentlemen. My wife informed me, she said, hey, throw some of that smoked deer sausage in there. Yeah, so we're gonna dice this up. That's going in. The beans and everything they've been simmering for about 30 to 45 minutes, just simmering with the lid on. They're starting to get real soft, or get softer. So we're gonna start dumping in these ingredients. Let me cut up this sausage, and that's gonna go in. And like I said, almost anything works. Good piece of bacon, thick cut bacon. That's probably your best bet. Okay guys, let's feed the worms. I just turned this up. That was just at a slow simmer, so don't be getting all freaked out about that. And that pork chop. And that's why I turned up the temperature, because this is going to cool down the water. Not a big deal. Okay. I'm going to hold off on that. We're going to add all the tomato, because I want that to melt. We're going to add about half the onion, y'all. We're going to leave that cilantro for later. Man, that's a big old onion. Now at this point, you want to start juicing it up with some Texas lumbre. You can add some of my other spices too, but I found this is the one, this is the signature. Right there. Texas lumbre, tacos, everything. Hamburgers, steak, you name it. Okay, we're going to bring that back up to a boil and then turn it down to a simmer and let it rock and roll. Alright guys, I almost forgot. That's why I don't like making real fast videos, you know, where you just put the ingredients out there, you throw everything in, because making a work of art takes a while. Now I made this last week. If you ever had those Barrero tacos, I can't even say it. Anyway, they're them red tacos you see on the street food deal. They drag that tortilla through that red juice. This is the sauce that they cook that meat in. And I had some. Basically it's salsa, but it's just made a little bit different. I have a video. Anyway, I have a video. It's like the last, I don't know, 2-3 back. Anyway, I'm going to add some of this to my beans. This is going to kick it up over the edge. Like I said, forgot about that sausage. That's going in there. And now we're going to add some of this. Yeah. You can look at that. Look at that. Now, this stuff's good enough for you just to put salsa. Some of the joints around my house, you know, they'll give this to you as a salsa for your chips, and it's perfectly fine for that. Or enchilada sauce, dump it on burritos. You can eat this. I just spoon this out of there and just put it on everything. You know, you can put it on hamburger, just almost everything. So, like I said, it's going in the beans. It's going to be epic. Alright, boys. See that? It's almost like a tomato paste. It's really not that thick, but oh, we're not playing today. Look at that. Look at the color of those beans now. And we still have all this other stuff right here to still add. But that's we're gonna melt these vegetables, and then those are gonna leave a little bit of crunch, something to dig for. Wow. Unreal. Like I said, use some bacon. I'm crying here because I'm not using my bacon. You know, fat is flavor. Guys, so you just don't know. You just don't know. That's why I gotta show you what's going in here. There's a message here somewhere. Probably not a good one, but it doesn't matter because the food's good. I'm down to half a jar. Sacrilegious. Okay guys, the rest of it's going in. Just dump it in. I'm not kidding about that salsa I just put in. It's going to take it to the next level. We're going to put these in and we're going to give them, ooh, look at all the garlic. It's all more flavor. You can see the beans. See the beans, how they're already soft. It only took a few hours to cook, you know. It's not a big total time. That's waking up and making a cup of coffee and, you know, all that type of thing. We'll give these about 30 minutes on the simmer, and this will be ready to eat. And if I want to thicken this sauce up, I can just take some of these beans, crush them on the side, and they will naturally just thicken up that broth. But I'm not that guy. I like it a little bit runny. Okay guys, these are finished. That's what I'm talking about. Look at that. I made a mixture of, let's see, brown rice and white rice, or jasmine rice, because that's how I roll. One of my other videos I explained it. Mix the two. It makes the brown rice more palatable. Anyway guys, here's how we're going to roll with this. See how juicy it is? Of course you shouldn't probably have such a large bowl, but it doesn't matter. But look at that. That's some charro beans, borracho beans, red kidney beans, whatever you want to call it. It's awesome. The smell off this too. Let's go do that world famous taste test. And I'll tell you how it is. Alright, let me burn my face off. Let's see what happens. Got that cilantro hanging in there. If you don't like cilantro, you're just out of luck. Oh wow. Flavor's awesome. It's got a little spice. That's the COVID killer right there. COVID killer. I'm going to put that in the title, and then we'll see if we get fact checked. Gotta be a troll. Got to be a troll, y'all. This is so good, and you don't need much. You know, one little bowl like this, that'll set you back. You can just sit back and eat that, and then it's time to prop your feet up. Yeah, it's gonna be heavy. Y'all, I'm gonna go eat. This is lunch, and I appreciate you watching. Hit like and subscribe, and thanks for watching. Pretty simple. Give it a shot.